This net meets every Wednesday evening at 1900 hours Atlantic time in the CQ Maritime Room number 60207. The net is open to all amateurs in the maritime provinces and is scheduled for 1 hour. Break. Amateur radio operators will be called in by province when you check in. Please give me your call sign using proper phonetics. After all of the maritime stations have called in, stations from outside the area will have a chance to check in later on. Just a quick reminder that due to the delay in the fusion system, for a second or two before you transmit, and keep the push to talk button pressed for a couple of seconds after. Alrighty, okay, I'll break. First of all, do we have any announcements for the net? Any announcements at this time, please come now to VE1 CSE. Okay, no announcements. We're going to do a call out at a moment for stations which are short on time. Any stations that cannot stick around for the net, please come now with your call sign to VE1 CSE.
Victor Yankee 2, Golf Foxtrot. Victor Echo 1, Alpha Sierra.
Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot Oscar X-Ray, VE1 FOX.
Victor Echo 9, Alpha India, VE9 AI. Victor Alpha 6, Foxtrot Papa.
I'm VY2GF, VE1AS, VE1 FOX, and VE9 AI. Did I miss anyone or anyone else which is short on time? Please come now with your call sign.
Victor Echo 1, Whiskey India November, VE1 WIN. Victor Alpha 6 Foxtrot Papa, VA6 FP. And Victor Echo 1, Whiskey India November, VE1 WIN.
Okie dokie, here's who I have so far: VY2GF, VE1AS, VE1 FOX, VE9 AI, VE1 WIN, and Victor Alpha 6 Foxtrot Papa from out in Alberta there. Alright, well, are you short on time? Let's get you checked in here. Good evening, George. How's things in PEI, sir? VY2GF, VE1 CSE.
Well, good evening, Robert, and everybody on the net. I'm coming through Charlottetown. Well, what's happening? Friday, Bernie, VE9 BGC, and myself are going to activate the lighthouse down in Wood Islands, and we'll be there until probably Sunday at noon. So if anybody wants to drop by, we'd sure like to see them. So hope everybody has a good week, and I'll look forward to the net next Wednesday at Victor Yankee 2 Golf Foxtrot.
Victor Yankee 2 Golf Foxtrot. Victor Echo 1, Charlie Sierra Echo. Good evening to you, George. My best of luck to you, my friend. Boys, I always love hearing when you're going to set up a lighthouse. Still reminds me of the one which we had at home there in Tiverton, Digby County. Oh, glad to have you on board there, George. Thank you very much for checking in, sir. Greatly appreciated. I'll say 7-3 for now, and you have yourself a great and safe night there. All right, next up, Terry, Victor, Echo 1, Alpha Sierra, BE1, CSE. Come on in.
Victor Echo 1 CSE from Victor Echo 1 Alpha Sierra. Good evening, Rob. Thanks for hosting the net tonight. Just wanted to do a quick check-in. The weather this morning was crap, but this afternoon it's bright and sunny, but still very cool. And say good evening to all those who are listening in on the net and scanner listeners if they have the ability. Take care. Back to net.
Good evening, Terry. You're doing good there. Glad to have you on board this evening there. I know you're one of the short time stations. I'll just say 7-3 for now. Hey, great and safe evening there. Glad to be on board. Next up, Curtis, 3 Mile Plains, Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot, Oscar, SE. Good evening.
Good evening, Robert. Victor Echo 1, Charlie Sierra Echo. Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot, Oscar X-Ray, Curtis here in 3 Mile Plains. Good evening to you, Robert. Good evening to all our operators on this evening. Yeah, we're just on our way down to see the sun there in East Uniac, so the driver's waiting, so I guess I'm on shore to drill you when it gets tonight. Anyway, Robert, thanks for calling me into the Fusion Net. It's always great to get on when we can. So everybody have a great evening. Stay safe and have a great rest of the week. So we'll give it back to you, Robert. Victor Echo 1, Charlie Sierra Echo with the Maritime Fusion Net. Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot Oscar X-Ray here in 3 Mile Plains on the VE1 AEH repeater. 7-3, back to you, Robert.
VE1 FOX, VE1 CSE. Good evening, Chris. My goodness, hey, you're on the home repeater, which I use. Of course, although I do the nets using the node, but hey, glad to hear from you. I'm hoping also that you'll be able to check in tomorrow morning if you're up there. Hi. Oh, glad to have you on board there, Curtis. 7-3 for now, and you have yourself a great and safe evening there. All right, next up we're going over to Gary, Victor Echo 9, Alpha India, VE1 CSE. Good evening.
VE1 CSE Net Control, VE9 AI, Gary and Fredericton. On the Fredericton repeater tonight. So anyway, not too much new. I guess I'm going to head out and mow the lawn here. The wind is up and it's not too hot out. The wind will keep the flies off me, so I better get out and get that done. So thought we'd check in before we headed out. So nothing else to add, I guess. Hope everybody has a great week. Back to Net Control, VE9 AI.
VE9 AI, VE1 CSE. Good evening, Gary. Doing good there this evening. Glad to have you on board. Understand your short time, so I'll say 7-3 for now, and you have yourself a great and safe evening, sir. Alrighty, over to Peter next. Victor Echo 1, Whiskey, India, November, VE1 CSE. Good evening.
Good evening, Robert from New Brunswick, here in Shediac, coming for the Moncton repeater, and just wanted to say hello to the net. 7-3s, everybody. Have a great rest of the week. 7-3s for now.
VE1 W1N, VE1 CSE. Good evening, Peter. Doing good there, and I know your short time as well. So I'll say 7-3 for now, and have yourself a great and safe evening. All right, next up we're going out to Alberta here. Victor Alpha 6, Foxtrot, Papa. Good evening, Francis. VE1, CSE. Come on in.
VE1 CSE for the Maritime Fusion Net from VA6FP. Good evening to you, Robert, and everyone back home in the Maritimes. Thank you so much for taking us in early. Don't like to try to make it a habit, but I have a meeting I got to get to, so I figured I better check in early because I probably won't have a chance later. And just an update to let you know, I heard from Mike on VE9 MTV, heard from him on Monday, got an email from him. We were supposed to get together, but having a hard time to get our schedules to match. He was over in the Canmore, Alberta area in the Rocky Mountains and loving it out there. He was going to be visiting Banff, Jasper, and Lake Louise, and I told him to be careful. I said, there's some bears out there, and they're not of the Yogi and Boo Boo variety. You have to be careful. I guess some of the grizzlies are venturing closer to town, so I told him to be careful. Other than that, no other traffic out of here. Beautiful sunny day here with white cumulus clouds, 19 degrees Celsius. And we're going to call it quits for here. Thanks once again for checking us in early. We'll hopefully get a chance to check in the net again next week. Hope everyone has a great week ahead. 7-3 all around. From Victor Alpha 6, Foxtrot Papa.
Victor Alpha 6, Foxtrot Papa, VE1, CSE. Good evening to you, sir. Well, hopefully you'll be able to meet up with Mike there. If you could send our regards. He's, look forward to hearing him on air again when he gets a chance. Oh, glad to have you on board, Francis. Thank you very much for your check-in, sir. Realize a short time, so I'll just say 7-3 for now. And you have yourself a great and safe evening. All right, that ends the list for short time, so just now we're going to whip on over to Prince Edward Island. Let's go to PEI and see who we can find there for the Maritime Fusion Net. Please come now with your call sign. Okay, we'll try one more time. Any stations in Prince Edward Island? Any stations at PEI wishing to check in at this time? Please come now with your call sign to VE1 CSE for the Maritime Fusion. Okie dokie, let's see. We are now going to go to stations from New Brunswick. Stations from New Brunswick wishing to check in at this time, please come one at a time, slowly and phonetically. VE1 CSE standing by.
Go 9 Echo Uniform Victor, VE9 UV.
Victor Echo 9, Delta Echo November, VE9DEN.
Victor Echo 9, Papa Alpha Lima. Victor Echo 9, Papa Alpha Lima.
Victor Echo 9, Oscar Sierra Kilo, V9 OSK.
Okie dokie, so far we have VE9 EUV, VE9 DEN, VE9 PAL, and VE9, it says I read my writing, sorry about that. Good evening, VE9 OSK, we got you in here. Alright, were there any other stations from New Brunswick? Just in case they were holding out there for a moment. Any stations from New Brunswick, please come down with your call sign. This is VE1 CSE.
VE9 Kilo, VE9 MK.
Today we have a total of 6 stations here. VE9 EUV, VE9 VEN, VE9 PAL, VE9 OSK, VE9 MK, and VE9 GL. Well, let's go over to Mark, see how things are going there. And, boys, I don't know if I can spell that right. Rusty Gornis, is it, New Brunswick? My apologies if I get it wrong there, Mark. Come on in, sir. VE9 EUV, VE1 CSE.
VE1 CSE Net Control, VE9 EUV. Evening, Rob, and all those on net tonight. Thanks for calling me in. It's Rusty Gornish. And that's the local pronunciation, Rusty Gornish. And, about 10 kilometers outside of Fredericton. So coming through Fredericton repeater. Anyway, nice all around. Just out here getting some work done on the Volkswagen bus. Again, just more old coolant lines and stuff that need to be dealt with. This one's not an air cooled, it's water cooled, so there's never Volkswagen. That's what we're tinkering with tonight. And on that, just midway through the work week, trying to get through. And I don't think the weather's going to hold out too well for the weekend, which is kind of unfortunate, but at least I probably won't have the bus on the road by then, so I won't really be missing much anyway. So, anyway, thanks a lot. The 7-3, back to net control. This is the EUV.
VE9 EUV, VE1 CSE. Good evening, Mark. Glad to have you on board there. And my goodness, yeah, I guess I had a little bit misspelled there, but anyway, I won't embarrass myself over it. Just good to have you on board there this evening. You're doing great there through the system, and I'll say 7-3 for now. And hey, you have yourself a great and safe day there, evening, Mark. All right, and next up we're going over to this Victor Echo 9 Delta Echo November. Good evening, sir. How's things in Dalhousie?
Good evening, Rob, VE1 CSE, VE9 DEN. Yeah, well, Robert here, it's about 19 degrees Celsius. It's a little colder this morning, but, morning is the way it is. But beautiful evening, beautiful sunset, I tell you. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yep, no traffic besides that. Just put the call in your log there and listen to the boys from wherever they may be. Beautiful system. I love it. I've been saying it, and I won't stop saying it. Thanks for doing it this evening. VE1 CSC, Robert, VE9 DEN, Denny here, or Dennis. Way up in Dalhousie, they're over.
VE9 DEN, VE1 CSE. Good evening, Jenny. You're doing great there from Dalhousie. Glad to have you on board this evening, sir. And, yep, well, I guess Yesu got the product motto right, bringing the world to our feet, kind of thing. Well, glad to have you on board, sir. Thank you very much for checking in there from Dalhousie. You have yourself a great, safe evening, and 7-3 for now. Alrighty, we're going over to Irishtown next. Good evening, Paul, VE9 PAL, VE1 CSE.
Yeah, VE1 CSE, this is VE9 PAL. How you doing there, Rob? And everybody else on the net there. Yeah, she's a beautiful day today. A little cool, 14 degrees in Irishtown right now, but just a beautiful day. Can't complain. Anyway, you guys all have a great week, the rest of the week, I should say, and take care of yourself. VE9 PAL.
VE9 PL, VE1 CSE. Good evening to you, Paul. Doing great as usual there. And, it's good that things are going good there in Irishtown. And glad to have you on board this evening, sir. Thank you very much for your check-in. It's greatly appreciated. And I'll say 7-3 for now, and you have yourself a great and safe evening there. All right, we're going over to Oscar in Dieppe there now. VE9, Oscar, Sierra Kilo, VE1, CSE. Good evening.
V1 CSE, V9 Oscar Sierra Kilo. Good evening, Robert, and everybody on the net tonight. Doing fine here in Dieppe. Nice weather for working around the house, that's for sure. Repeater here seems to be working great. I'm on the V9 MFR, and I think they got it cured here. 7-3, thanks for doing the night. Thanks for calling me in. Victor Echo 9, Oscar Sierra Kilo.
VE9, namaste, VE1, CSE, good evening. You're doing great there, Oscar, from Dieppe. Hey, glad to have you on board this evening, sir. And thank you very much for your check-in. And I wish you 7-3 for now, and you have yourself a great and safe evening there. All right, we're going over to Mike in Moncton, Victor Record 9, Mike Kilo, VE1, CSE, good evening.
VE1 CSE and our Fusion Net, VE9 MK. Well, I'm actually in Notre Dame, which is, I'm probably about 10 kilometers north of where Paul is located, and which would be 35 minutes north of Moncton-ish. Anyway, no real traffic. Just want to say 7-3 to everybody, and enjoy listening to the net. VE9 Mike Kilo.
V9, Mike Kilo, Victor Echo 1, Charlie Sierra Echo. Thank you very much for clearing that up for me, Mike. I'll make a note there to make sure that I say Notre Dame instead there. Glad to have you on board this evening, sir. Thank you very much for your check-in. Greatly appreciate it. And I'll say 7-3 for now, and you have yourself a great and safe evening there. All right, now, hopefully we have this right. I have Jermaine from St. Andre, Victor Record 9, Charlie Golf Lima, VE1, CSE. Good evening. Okay, we'll try Jermaine one more time. Victor Echo 9, Charlie Golf Lima, VE1 CSE. Come on in. Okie dokie. Well, that wraps up round one for New Brunswick. Now we're going over to Nova Scotia. Any stations wishing to check in at this time from Nova Scotia, please come down with your call sign to VE1 CSE for the Maritime Fusion.
Victor Echo 1, Delta, Alpha Delta. Victor Echo 1, Delta, Alpha Delta.
V1 Juliet Charlie Charlie.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Whiskey, V1 JW. Victor Echo 1, Mike Yankee.
V1 GUI.
4 stations from Nova Scotia, VE1 DAD, VE1 JCC, VE1 JW, and VE1 MY. Are there any further stations from Nova Scotia wishing to check in, or did I miss anyone? Please come now with your call sign. VE1 CSE standing by.
Victor Alpha 1 Bravo in Lima Mobile. Victor Echo 1 Delta Echo Sierra.
Okie dokie, I'll read back the list again real quick here. Looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 check-ins here so far this evening. Victor 1, well, hey, they all begin with BE1, so I'll just say the suffixes. Delta Alpha Delta, Juliet Charlie Charlie, Juliet Whiskey, Mike Yankee, Golf Uniform Yankee, Bravo India Lima Mobile, and Delta Echo Sierra. All right, we'll go with the mobile first there. Let's see how Bill's doing there. BE1, BIL Mobile, BE1 CSE, good evening.
V1 CSE, VA1 BIL Mobile. Good evening there, Rob. Nice that you're doing the net again. I'm just coming in through the Kenville repeater here. I'm in Greenwood at the moment, though. Anyway, don't have much. I'll be listening to the rest of the net with interest. And I'm back in the Annapolis Valley now. I was up in Spring Hill for a while there, but I'm back in the valley now. So I'll say 7-3, and good luck with the rest of the net there. VE1 CSE, VA1 BIL Mobile.
VE1 BIL Mobile, VE1 CSE, good evening to you, Bill. Well, you're doing great. Full quieting. Like usual, that's one other reason why I do love digital myself as well, how our voices still remain so crystal clear. Well, glad to have you on board this evening, Bill. Thank you very much for your check-in, sir. It's greatly appreciated. And I'll say 7-3 for now, and you have yourself a great and safe evening. All right, going over to, if the listing's correct here, West Pupnico. Hey, David, how are you doing this evening, sir? VE1 DAD, VE1 CSE.
Good evening, Rob, and everybody on frequency. Yeah, beautiful day here in Salinas, Nova Scotia. Kind of cool, but a beautiful day. Yep, thanks for taking me in. Thanks for doing the net. So we'll hear you next time, 73.
VE1 DAD, VE1 CSE. Good evening, David. Doing good there. Glad to have you on board this evening. Thank you very much for your check-in. It's greatly appreciated. And I'll say 7-3 for now, and you have yourself a great and safe evening there. All right, we're going over to Joe next. Victor Echo 1, Juliet, Charlie, VE1 CSE. Good evening.
V1 Charlie Sierra Echo. V1 Junk Collector Corporation. Hi. Good evening, Robert, and good evening, everybody on the net there. Hi to the mobile Mike and all the other great fellow hams on frequency. I missed the first of your nets. I don't know if you had a portion there for announcements, but if it's okay, can I give a little short announcement now? Over.
VE1 JCE, VE1 CSE, just let you know you're doing great there. You go right ahead, sir. You go right ahead there. I'll pass back to you. VE1 JCC, VE1 CSE.
Okay, very good, Robert. Thank you very much. I'll make it quick. As everybody knows, the flea market in Halifax this weekend, and Halifax donated a table for my wife and I, so we can try and raise some money for some friends in Fenwick, Nova Scotia. They lost their home to a fire there, and both of them were burnt, I think, somewhat. I heard that they were in the hospital, and we're just gonna try and see if we can sell some equipment for them, ham radio gear, and anyone that wants to donate a piece of gear, whether it's a dipole or an antenna tuner or a coaxial switch or a fuel connectors or whatever, would be muchly appreciated. And we're going all the funds goes right directly to them. So my wife and I were going to have a table there, and if you got something you want to bring her in and set her on the table. And we appreciate it if it doesn't sell, if nobody takes it, that we'd appreciate that if whoever sets anything on the table, that they take it back home with them. Because I am the Junk Collector Corporation, but I don't I'm not going to have a truck, so I'm going to have a Nissan Rogue. So there you go, Robert. I appreciate what Halifax Club is doing for us there. They're donating a table, and it's just great. And doing a good job at the net, and thanks for letting me have that little time there for Roger and Betty Boss in Fenwick, Nova Scotia, just south of Amherst a little bit there. 7-3, take care. Hope to see everybody there. God bless. VE1JCC, Big Lake Camp.
VE1 Junk Collector Company, JCC. Good evening, Joe. Glad to have you on board from Oxford there. Sorry to hear about the house fire there, and I'm quite sure things will work out. Hopefully they're very well for them in the future. Glad to have you on board, Joe. Thank you very much for checking in this evening, sir. And 7-3 for now, and to have yourself a great and safe evening there. All right, going over to Erica, North Kingston, Victor Record 1, Juliet Whiskey, VE1 CSE. Good evening.
Good evening, Robert, Joe, and everybody else on the net there. Looks like you got a pretty good net going so far. Listening since the first. Yeah, well, we've been working at some antennas here. Put up a new 60-meter dipole yesterday. Heard to be, I guess. And I got a 6-meter antenna, but I'm having trouble. I got it all built and tested it and seemed to be okay. But I went to put it up in the air and bumped it, and I knocked something out of kilter. Can't seem to find it. Anyway, can't get it to resonate now, so gonna go at it again another day, maybe next week. We got a couple things to do more, and we're off to the field day or the flea market site on Friday for another event in the same building, and then holding in and back in again Saturday for the flea market. So we're looking forward to join the flea market. I guess for anybody that is a member of the Nova Scotia Amateur Radio Station, there is a meeting following the flea market for anybody that might wish to attend. Normally it's the representatives from each club, but I think it's anybody that would like to sit in and see what's going on. Pre-COVID, so don't know how long it'll go. It might go a little bit longer. It's hard to say. But other than that, we're just anxiously waiting the flea market on Saturday and the event on Friday. So tomorrow we'll get the car ready and top it up with gas and everything. Make sure we're ready for. And hope the gas doesn't go up on Friday again. Hope maybe we lucky it'll go down a little bit again like it did last week. Not much, but a little bit. But maybe it'll go down some more. But one never knows today. It's up and down like a yo-yo, so we'll just have to wait and see. VE1 CSE, thanks for doing that. V1JW.
V1JW, V1 CSE. Good evening, Eric. Well, doing a fine job there, and well, that's interesting. Yeah, I've never attended one, but well, I guess really, I'm not ahead of anything at the moment. Oh well. Anyway, well, like you were saying, I guess you could come and visit. All right, you have yourself a great evening there, Eric. 7-3 for now, and you keep yourself safe there. All right, we're going over to Oxford and back to Mike. Victor Record 1, Mike Yankee, VE1 CSC. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Robert. V1 Charlie Sierra Echo, V1 Mike Yankee. Not much going on here. We got to about 17 degrees this afternoon. It was nice. I worked out in the air most of the day. Anyway, hopefully we'll see a lot of you on Saturday. Victor Echo 1, Mike Yankee.
VE1MY, VE1 CSE. Good evening to you, Mike. Doing great there from Oxford. And, yeah, I think we might have hit 13 here. I'd have to double check that, but, I know that I seem to change the batteries in my weather equipment. Anyway, I'm glad to have you on board, Mike. Thank you very much for your ticket, sir. It's greatly appreciated. 7-3 for now, and you have yourself a great and safe evening. All right, we're going over to Guy next there in Clam Point. How's things going for you this evening, sir? VE1 UI, VE1 CSE.
V1 CSE here on a Wednesday night Fusion Net here on June 1st, 2022. This is VE1 GUI, Victor Echo 1 Golf Uniform Yankee. It's been a pretty good day here. I had a little breeze going all day. And the temperature was only up to 16 here. Right now it's 13.5. It is going down a wee bit. I don't know how cold or how chilly it'll get tonight, but anyhow, other than that, everything else went pretty good. I was out in the shed for a bit, doing a little job out there, and kind of cleaned it up and got that done. And now next thing I gotta go clean her all up. That's the worst of it. Make the mess. Now I gotta clean her all up. Very good there, Robert. Thanks for calling me in. I called in a couple of times, but I must have got stomped on the whole both times, so I had to make it a second round up here, Nova Scotia line. Very good. Thanks. VE1GUI, going clear.
VE1GUI, VE1 CSE. Good evening to you, Guy. You're doing great there. Oh, yeah, like any mechanical device, it's nice to have it well-oiled, like any well-oiled machine there, so that it'll perform when needed there. Oh, glad to have you on board this evening there, guys. Thank you very much for your check-in, sir. It's greatly appreciated. And 7-3 for now, and have yourself a great and safe evening. All right, we're going over to Edward next. Victor Record 1, Delta Echo Sierra, V1 CSE. Good evening.
V1 CSE, V1 DES. You got a middle name? First name is Dawn. Delta Oscar November. That will give you a Rob. Not much to report here, except it's been nice and sunny, chilly. Like everywhere else, I guess. I hope you guys have a good time with the fleet. V1 CSE, V1 DES.
VE1 DES, VE1 CSE. My apologies to you, Don. Jeez, I should have known that to begin with anyway. Boys, I get so used to looking at the spreadsheet here. Anyway, glad to have you on board this evening, sir. Thank you very much for your check-in. It's greatly appreciated. And I'll say 7-3 for now, and you have yourself a great and safe evening. Alrighty, that ends round number 1. So we'll start round number 2, starting over with PEI again. Any stations from PEI wishing to check in at this time, please come down with your call sign to VE1 CSE for the Maritime Fusion Net. Okay, we'll try one more time. Any stations for PEI? Any stations wishing to check in? Hey, if you got a VY2 call sign, yeah, join us here this evening. VE1 CSE standing by for call signs from PEI. Okie dokie. Well, round two, we're going to New Brunswick next. Any stations from New Brunswick, VE9, VA9. Hey, come on in. VE1 CSE standing by.
Victor Echo 9, Charlie Uniform Bravo here, portable.
VE9 Victor Echo Alpha.
VE1 Tango United. VE9 Golf Kilo.
Okie dokie, we have 4 stations here, and our first one will be a portable. Let's see, I'll just go down the list real quick here. VE9 CUB portable, VE9 VEA, and VE1 TU, and VE9 Golf Kilo. All right, let's go with our portable there first. Oh, excuse me. Good evening, on VE9 CUB, VE1 CSE. I keep tripping over myself here. Come on in, sir.
Victor Echo 1, CSE, this is Victor Echo 9, Charlie Uniform Bravo here, portable. Good evening to all on frequency. No real traffic, just a simple check-in, say hi. Hope everybody's doing well, having a great week, and staying safe. So with that, I'll give it back to you. Victor Echo 9, or Victor Echo 1, sorry, CSC. This is Victor Echo 9, Charlie Uniform Bravo here on handheld. Thanks for doing it, and of course, calling me in.
VE9 CUB, VE1 CSE. Good evening to you, John. Doing great there. Your portable's just working perfectly. And glad to have you on board this evening. We're from New Brunswick, and yeah, I guess that's all the info. No, there's further info. Yeah, I'll write it down here in a moment. But glad to have you on board this evening, sir. Thank you very much for your check-in. It's greatly appreciated. And 7-3 for now, and you have yourself a great and safe evening. All right, we're going over to Vernon next. How's things in your neck of the woods, Vernon? VE9, VEA, VE1, CSE.
CSE, Wednesday Night Fusion Net Control. Good evening, Rob, and good evening to all fine, outstanding hands on frequency there for sure. Well, my voice is getting a bit crackly, but it does that this time of the night, Rob, so we've got to clear our throat a little tiny bit and go from there. Anyhow, Rob, we've been riding along with you for quite a while there on the net and enjoying it and taking it all in and listening to everybody check in, so finally, we better check in. And Rob, tonight, I don't know if you watch CTV News at 5 or 6 o'clock type of thing, but tonight, on a later segment of Caleb Mitchell's weather segment there, he had a picture from a viewer in Restigornish. He had a picture from Restigornish. I think it was a nice sunset. So, we appreciated that because we got to see how to spell Restigornish. Of course, my good memory doesn't keep it long, but it gave me a glance at how to spell Restigornish. So the next time I try to spell Restigornish, I'll be able to remember a little bit longer, too. Anyhow, Rob, just thought we'd let everybody know about that, and that we had a viewer from Restagonish on TV tonight. So, Rob, nothing else to report. You're doing a fine job as usual, that's for sure. And believe it or not, my first crack at checking in tonight, it worked for me. So maybe one of these days I'll figure out this PTT. I think I've been hitting the PTT a little weird, so it didn't help me. Anyhow, Rob, that's about enough bullshit on me. So we'll just wish everybody on Freaky a great evening and a great wake-up call tomorrow. 732 88 the ladies. A special good evening to the scanner and the shortwave listeners. We're going to turn it back to you. VE1, Charlie Sierra Echo. Victor Echo 9, Victor Echo Alpha. Says 7-3's all, 7-3's Rob. Thanks for doing that, calling us in and putting up with my foolishness for another week. Bye-bye.
VE9, VEA, VE1, CSE. Good evening to you, Vernon. Hey, nothing's, you shouldn't think that. Hey, amateur radio is all about communicating. So, glad to have you on board this evening, sir. I thank you very much for your check-in. It's greatly appreciated. And I'll say 7-3 for now, and you have yourself a great and safe evening there, sir. All right, going over to Dennis next. Victor at 1 Tango Uniform, VE1, CSE. Good evening.
VE1 CSE, this is VE1 Tango Uniform. Good evening, Robert. Good evening to all on the net. Well, I've had a nice day here in Fredericton, and I think the temperature got up to 24 out on the deck this afternoon. And we spent this afternoon doing a little banking and spent some time with an ophthalmologist. The rest of the day we spent out on the deck. It was quite pleasant out there. Just enough breeze to it wasn't too hot, and we enjoyed ourselves. I guess we don't have any more this evening, Rob, so back to net control. This is VE1 Tango.
V1 to you, V1 CSE. Good evening to you, Dennis. Doing great there. Glad to have you on board this evening, sir. Thank you very much for your check-in. It's greatly appreciated. And I'll say 7-3 for now, and you have yourself a great and safe evening there. All right, we're going over to Glenn next. Victor Echo 9 Golf Kilo, VE1 CSE. Good evening.
Yes, good evening to you, Robert, and good evening to everyone on the Maritime Fusion Net for June the 1st, first day of the month. Yeah, busy here this afternoon, grooming the lot here, mowing the lawns, and kind of cleaning the place up a bit. But other than that, that's what you look forward to, I guess. In the spring, it's typically a twice-a-week mow job for at least for May and part of June. Anyways, done for another 3 days. So we'll pass it back to you in the net there, Robert. Thanks for calling me in. Victor Echo 9, Golf Kilo, Glenn, and Pettigodiac. Back to net control.
VE9 GK, VE1 CSE. Good evening to you, Glenn. Doing great there. And glad to have you on board this evening. Thank you very much for your check-in, sir. It's greatly appreciated. And I'll say 7-3 for now, and you have yourself a great and safe evening there. All right, we're at the bottom of the list for New Brunswick, so we'll start round 2, Nova Scotia. Any other stations wishing to check in to the Maritime Fusion Net, please come down with your call sign to VE1.
Victor Echo 1 for Papa Delta, VE1 EPG.
Victor Echo 9, Zulu Papa, trying again.
Okie dokie, I have 3 stations. Let's see, I have BE1 ZX, I believe it was. I was trying to look up my display there. And BE1 EPD. And you got through this, BE9 ZP. All right, were there any other stations from Nova Scotia? Any other stations wishing to check in? BE1, BE1 signs. Come on to call sign, BE1 CS. Alrighty, well, we'll go with our 3 stations here. BE9, was it ZX or ZS? If you could, well, actually, I think it says ZX. BE9 ZX, BE1 CSE, good evening, Mike. How's things going?
VE1 CSE, VE9 Zulu Papa. Good evening, Rob. I flashed the call there just shortly after you unkeyed for Nova Scotia, so that was probably me. I just wanted to say good evening one and all in the room here. Hope you have a great day. I know we had a challenging day in the electrical field there, Rob, but we got some happy clients, and that's all that counts. They're happy, I'm happy, and the boss happy because he gets paid. Hi. Great weather for working outside, I gotta say. Bugs weren't too bad today, and a lot of sunshine, so doesn't get much better than that. Now, maybe if the right team can win in the game tonight, then it would be a perfect day, but we know things aren't perfect in this world, so I'm not holding my breath. Anyways, thanks a lot for checking us in there, Rob, and yeah, I tried 2-3 times there, and finally I figured, well, I'm going to try and see if I can get through out of turn there, and that's what it took. Hey, have a great one there, Rob. Appreciate the check-in, and we'll see you 7-3 for now. VE1, Charlie Sierra Echo, Victor Echo 9, Zulu Papa. Waving a hand from Rustic Ornish, 7-3, Rob.
VE9 ZP, VE1 CSE, good evening, Don. Don's our net controller for the Fredericton net there, the Triple S net. I know I haven't attended the last couple of weeks. My apologies. Things get in the way, and what can you say? Oh, glad to have you on board there, Don, from Russamagush. All right, we got it now. And I guess then that only leaves one more check-in. I think I had to mark down twice here. All right, glad to have you on board, Don. Thank you very much for your check-in, sir. It's greatly appreciated. 7-3 for now, and you have yourself a great and safe evening. All right, next up, Victor Echo 1, Echo Papa Delta, BE1 CSE. Good evening.
VE1 CSE, VE1 EPD. I just thought I'd give you a mark pre-book, put the radio on, and it wouldn't come on, so I had to change a little bit of wires, and it came on, so I thought I'd give you just a mark for the book. And here in the Pimlico has been sunny all day, a very nice day, but I was working inside, so kind of lost the day. But anyway, came home, mowed the lawn, and everything seems to be good now. VE1 CSE, VE1 EPD, 7-3.
VE1 EPD, VE1 CSE. Good evening, everyone. You're doing good there from West Pimlico, and hey, it's always nice to be able to work inside. You haven't got to deal with the elements, whether it's too warm, too cold. I know that, boys, our provinces get a weird mix of weather, and as we always say, wait 5 minutes and it'll change again. Oh, glad to have you on board there, sir. Thank you very much for your check-in. It's greatly appreciated. And I'll say 7-3 and have yourself a great and safe evening. All right, well, we're at the end of round 2, so we're going to make a call out for stations from the rest of Canada outside the Maritimes before we go worldwide here. Any other stations present wishing to check in from Canada with the Maritime Fusion Net, please come now to VE1 CSE.
Victor Echo 9, Juliet Charlie Tango.
And I have Jean-Claude so far, VE9 JCT. Any other stations from Canada? Please come on in, say hello. You know, we're always here to chat about there. Hi. This is VE1 CSE from the Maritime Fusion Net. Any other stations from Canada?
VE1 ABX.
VE1 OL.
Okie dokie. Just want to leave a bit of space in there just to make sure that everyone had a chance to get in. All right, we have 3 stations so far, VE9 JCD, VE1 Alpha Bravo X-Ray, and VE1 Oscar Lima. All right, let's go over to what is VE and VE1 CSE. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you, Rob, and good evening to all on net. Yeah, I tend to forget about this net, but I got that email from Jim there, and as a reminder, which is good. Yeah, and besides that, it came up to 15 degrees here this afternoon. At 4:45. So plus 15, that's the highest of the day. But it was nice. It was a nice day. It started. The sun was late showing up, but when it did, it was a perfect day. Like someone else said, perfect day to work outside for sure. And besides that, not much to add. So 7-3 again to all listening from Shediac, New Brunswick. And thanks for doing the net, Rob. Back to you, V9 JCT.
VE9 JCT, V1 CSE. Good evening there, Jean-Claude. Glad to have you checking in there. You're doing great. I always enjoy getting Jim's email because then it always reminds me to just put it in the alarms. So, any of the times which I don't check in, it's kind of beyond my control at that time. But he's a great guy for sending out those emails and keeping us well informed. All right, 7-3 for now there, Jean-Claude, and have yourself a great and safe evening. All right, we're going over there. Let's see how things are going over there. Victor Echo 1, Alpha, Bravo, X-Ray, VE1.
Oh, good evening there, Rob. Thank you. I missed the start of the night. Excuse me, out running about and just got in and kind of rushed up here. I knew the net was on and I just caught the last call there from you, so I thought I'd check in, throw a mark in the book. Well, let me see here. I got a 2-meter 440 antenna put together.
element beam. I just gotta work on getting it outside, I guess. Getting it up in the air. Seems to work from inside the house anyway. It seems all right. So it's got a good setup with it. So a little cushy craft, I guess. But anyway, he's got that all fired up here last night actually, and had a good report with it. So anyways, Rob, we'll send it back to you, and we'll listen in on the rest of the net there. VE1 CSE, VE1 ABX, 730.
VE1 ABX, VE1 CSE, good evening to you guys. Doing great there, and glad to have you on board. Hey, better late than ever, I always say. Well, 7-3 for now, sir, and you have yourself a great and safe evening. Quite sure we'll chat with you again there sometime. All right, we're going over to Earl next. Victor Echo 1, Oscar Lima, VE1 CSE. Good evening.
Good evening, Rob, and good evening, everybody on the net tonight. How's it going there, V1Z or V9ZP in Russia Cornish? And the last station mentioned 144, 440 beam pushcraft. I've got one of those, combination 5 elements each on each band, and it works just great. It's on a rotator. I've been outside just about all day today doing this and that, and it's kind of difficult because I have to use a walker, but I've been able to use a weed whacker here and there and pull weeds and stuff like that. So I should sleep well tonight. I've got to get my hanging baskets down because I understand there's a frost warning for all of New Brunswick tonight. And but it feels like right now, it feels like probably that's going to happen. I'm on high ground here, so normally it's frost in the valleys, but with a forecast like that, it might be my turn to be hit with it, so I'm going to get them down. Anyway, thanks for doing the net there, Rob, and good to hear you. I was on the Maritime net there earlier, so this is my night for nets, I guess. 73s, everybody. Back to you, Rob, VE1OL in Quispamsis.
VE1OL, VE1 CSE. Good evening, Earl. You're doing great there from Quispamsis. And glad to have you on board this evening, sir. Thank you very much for your check-in. It's greatly appreciated. And I'll say 7-3 for now, and you have yourself a great and safe evening there. All right, we're at the bottom of the list. So far, I have 29 check-ins. I know it's a little slow, mainly because everybody's trying to jump out and get in good weather while they can there. Hi. Alrighty, let's see. We're at the bottom of the list, and now we're going to put a call out for any stations worldwide. Any stations which are worldwide wishing to check in to the Canadian Maritime Fusion Net, please come down with your call sign.
Victor Echo 3 Alpha Charlie, VE3 AC.
Okay, so far we have one station, VE3 Alpha Charlie. Are there any others wishing to check in? Any stations anywhere now? We'll put out the second, the final call here. Any stations anywhere on the planet which want to check in to the Maritime Fusion Net this evening? Please come now to VE1 CSE.
Victor Echo 1, Romeo Mike Juliet.
MO.
Victor Echo 9, Alpha Delta Victor Mobile. Victor Echo 1, Papa Sierra, VE1 PS.
Okie dokie. Let's see. Stations I have so far. VE3 Alpha Charlie. VE1 RMJ. VE9 Mike Oscar. VE9 Alpha Delta Victor Mobile. And VE1 PS. Did I miss anyone or anyone else wishing to check in? Second to last call. VE1 CSE standing by.
VA1, Victor Charlie, Victor Charlie, Victor Charlie.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Bravo Lima, VE1 JBL.
Alrighty, I'll repeat back the stations real quick here. VE1AC, VE1 RMJ, VE9 MO, VE9 ADV Mobile, VE1 PS, VA1 BC, and VE1 JBL. Alright, we gotta take that mobile first. Victor Echo 9, Alpha Delta Victor Mobile. Good evening, Randall. How's things in your neck of the area, sir?
VE1 CSE, this is VE9 ADV JP here, QTH and DF, just coming back from Memram Cook. I brought some bonfire wood to my nephew there that moved there a few months ago, and he just bought a fire pit, didn't have any wood, so I brought him a load of a quarter ton of wood there, so you keep him happy for the summer, I guess. He should be having enough there for the summer. And just listening to the net here and enjoying my travels, and figured that I'd try to catch the net before it closes there. Thank you very much for doing the net, and hello to everyone there listening in tonight. 7-3s, this is Victor Echo 9, Alpha Delta Victor. Over.
VE9 ADV, VE1 CSE. Good evening. My goodness, I'm sorry about that. For some reason, when I did the call sign lookup here, usually depend on Spectrum Canada for that. But I put in VE1 instead. My apologies, sir. You're doing great there from Dieppe. Thank you very much for your check-in. Greatly appreciated. And I'll say 7-3 for now, and you have yourself a great and safe day. Or evening, actually. Evening. My apologies. Let's see. We're going over to Ontario next. Victor Echo 3, Alpha Charlie, VE1 CSE. Good evening.
Good evening, VE1 CSE, Victor Echo 3, Alpha Charlie, here in the nickel capital of Sudbury, Ontario. Beautiful day, can't complain, nice and sunny. I'm actually out in the backyard barbecuing right now, and about to bring it in. And I just wanted to, I'm glad that you're able to bring me in, and because the connection should shut down very soon. I have it up for an hour, and it's been a little longer than that, but I guess with it keeping busy, it's going to stay up. But anyways, nice to hear everyone, and hopefully everyone's having a great day. So with that, I'll say 7-3s, and have a great one. Victor Echo 3, Alpha Charlie, waving a hand to everyone and saying 73s to all.
VE1 AC, VE1 CSE. Good evening, Miguel. You're doing great there from Sudbury, Ontario. No problem at all whatsoever. And hey, you're making me hungry. Barbecue. Oh. Well, I'll say 7-3 for now, and you have yourself a great and safe evening, and I thank you very much for checking in. It's greatly appreciated. All right, going over to Rob. Victor Echo 1, Romeo, Mike, Juliet, VE1 CSE. Good evening.
VE1 CSE, VE1 RMJ. Well, good evening to you, Rob, and all those on frequency this evening. Not too much here to report.
I got a broken antenna connector on my TYT 2017, so I just started cracking it open and was trying to pick up all the pieces that are flying around here in the shack. Hi. Anyway, not too much else to report. Hope everybody has a great evening. 73 VE1 CSE VE1 RMJ.
VE1 RMJ, VE1 CSE. Well, hopefully you didn't get stung too much. Boys, messing around with bees, I guess they could get angry quite often there. Anyway, hey, you're doing great there. And glad to have you on board. Thank you very much for your check-in, sir. And also, thank you very much for doing the YouTube page there. That's greatly appreciated as well. 7-3 for now there, Rob. And have yourself a great and safe evening there. All right, back over to New Brunswick. We're going to Malcolm next. Victor Echo 9, Mike Oscar, VE1 CSE. Good evening.
VE1 CSE, VE9 Mike Oscar Mobile. Malcolm here in the Fredericton area. Just out picking up my kids. They're out running around this evening, and one's working, and one's had some recreational activities. So anyway, it's kind of a beautiful evening, so it's nice to get out. Anyway, thanks for doing the net there, Rob, and 7-3 to all. VE9 Mike Oscar Mobile.
VE9MO, VE1 CSE, my apologies to you, Malcolm. If I'd known you were mobile, I would have taken your first there. Maybe I was just concentrating too much on my screen when I seen your call sign come across there. Again, my apologies for that, and thank you very much for checking in there, Malcolm. You're doing great from New Brunswick there. 7-3, and have yourself a great and safe evening there. All right, next up, going over to Peter, Victor Echo 1, Papa Sierra, VE1 CSE. Good evening.
VE1 CSE, V1 PS. Good evening to everybody on the net. Good evening, and just checking in quickly, working from home here this evening. Had the net on in the background, and thought I'd chime in. So with that, I wish everybody a good rest of the week. Stay well, stay healthy, and I'll turn it back to you, Rob. VE1 CSE in the group, V1 PS.
VE1 PS, VE1 CSE. Good evening to you, sir. You're doing great there from your location. Glad to have you on board, and I thank you very much for checking in. It's greatly appreciated. I'll say 7-3 for now, and you have yourself a great and safe evening there. All right, next up, all right, let's see how Dawn's doing there. VA1BC, VE1 CSE. Come on in, Dawn.
Yeah, good evening, Robert. I tried quite a few times to get in. That was your last call, so I thought, well, I didn't want to peeve anybody off, but I just thought, well, I put my call stone out 3 times. You didn't hear me this time, but it's no fault of anybody. But just once in a while, you try to get on the net, no matter how many times you try, you can't get in there. So anyway, I thought it could, because if I didn't do that, then I probably wouldn't get hurt the last time. So that's the only reason I did that. But good evening to everyone on the net. Been listening most of the time, and well, I spent a little time out in my shed there. I got my new ceiling heater, but I got a problem. I can't get it up in the air. You're supposed to hang it off the rafters, but the rafters are too high. I'd have to have a high ladder to get up there, so I got to figure out another way to do it. But we'll get it figured out someday. And 2 guys told me today they have them, those same heaters, and they like them. They won't allow you to heat the water like an indoor swimming pool or nothing, but just for those odd days when there's a bit of dampness in your old garage or shed or whatever you may have, they help a little bit. So 15 cents an hour to run them, that's not bad. So anyway, and don't forget, Robert, this is June the 1st, so they're supposed to start showing the pictures of the James Webb Telescope in June. So
and we'll have to kind of keep our eye up on those sign shows. I'm still waiting to see what's on the backside of the moon there. I hear there's a lot of buildings and stuff on it there, and people are supposed to be living in there, all those shows on TV and everything, and I like to know if they really are there or not. So it'd be interesting to find out. I don't care what's further out in space. None of us or great grandchildren to come will ever be in that far out in space and care about it, but I do care about what's on the backside of the moon. I hear the Chinese are starting to mine the surface of the moon now on the sunny side of it, so maybe they built something on the backside. But anyway, we'll keep an eye on the pictures Gene Webb's going to send in the month of June like you promised, and see what kind of buildings they got there, if they got anything there at all. 7-3, bro.
VA1BC, BE1CSE. Oh, that sounds interesting, Don. Yeah, I'll have to try and keep apprised of that. I'll look into my NASA app there on my phone, see what things are happening. And boys, I never knew the Chinese were starting to mine the moon. That's very interesting. Boys, I never even knew they had a ship to take off from Earth here. Well, glad to have you on board there this evening, Don. I'm quite sure we'll chat about it a bit more a bit later there on analog. Hi. 7-3 for now, Don. You have yourself a great and safe evening there, sir. All right. Next up, we're going to, hey, it's our boss, Jim, Victor Echo 1, Juliet Bravo Lima, VE1 CSE. Come on in, sir.
VE1 CSE, the Maritime Fusion Net, VE1 JBL. Good evening, Robert. And Don, before me there, Don, your call sign is coming up as a Victor Echo 1 instead of Victor Alpha 1. So you may want to change that down the road here. It's coming up as Victor Echo 1, Victor Charlie. So anyways, yeah, good evening, Robert. Thanks again for filling in for Mike tonight here. And yeah, we were very busy here today and in the town and back. And I've been piling wood for the last 3 days, and I still got some more to go here. So that's my job for the last few days. But I enjoy the cooler weather. I get up at outdoors at 8 o'clock in the morning and start piling the wood, and it's nice to have that cool breeze while I'm piling instead of the sun bearing down on me here. So I've been enjoying the cool weather here for piling the wood. So anyways, got a few more days to go here yet. So with that, have yourself a good rest of the net there. Thanks very much for filling in for Mike there tonight. Look forward to a report at the end there. Victor Echo 1, Charlie Sierra Echo from Victor Echo 1, Juliet Bravo Lima, Jim Oaten, Dignish Bridge, 7-3.
VE1 JBL, VE1 CSE, good evening to you. Jim, you're doing great there from Tadamagush Station there. And, hey, it's been a pleasure, and it's also been an honor to help you guys out here. Yeah, I know what you mean by getting up early to get that wood, or, you know, it saves you a lot of anguish than doing it midday or in the afternoon there. Oh, hey, I'll be up tomorrow morning, actually, at 06:30 to get ready for the Maritime 2-meter wake-up net tomorrow morning. Hi. Oh, glad to have you on board there, Jim. Thank you very much for your check-in there. Greatly appreciated. So far, I got 36. And we have one more final call. This will be the final call for the June 1st, 2022 edition of the Maritime Fusion Net. Any other stations? This is your last chance. VE1 CSE standing by.
Victor Alpha 1, Victor Charlie, reach
Victor Alpha 1, Victor Charlie, VE1 CSE. Go ahead there, Dawn.
Thank you, Robert. Just to see, can you tell if I got the A in there instead of the E? I've been having a lot of pain lately over the last few months, and well, I've seen a specialist yesterday, but the point being is with the pain, I'm not so sharp as I used to be. So anyway, and that is important, have your right call sign down there. So could you just check that and see if I got the VA1 there now, over?
Oh, okay. So far I had seen VA1BC, then there was a C and a Q, and 3 or 4 other letters there. If you want to, Don, later on, when we're back on analog there, I'll give you a step by step, and we'll try to get that done for you there. Back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Robert. Well, on my radio it says VA1 Victor Charlie Dawn, so I don't know why when the signal's sent it has those letters there, because I held it down to put it in the memory the right way, and I just don't know. But anyway, we'll let you tie up the net there. Thanks for calling me in, and I've got to go lay down, Robert. Maybe we'll make it tomorrow, if that's okay with you.
Yep, sounds good, Don. And again, thanks for checking in there. And you have yourself a great and safe evening there, Don. 7-3 for now. Yep, we'll chat whenever you need to. Hi. All right, so just hearing no one else, I'll now proceed to close down the net at this time. And we had a total of 36 check-ins, from what I can see here, for all of our current Maritime Fusion Net controllers. We would like to thank all those esteemed amateurs who checked in this evening. We also are grateful to all the owners and clubs, as well as the maintenance crews of the repair nodes that are presently linked here tonight, for helping us expand the area for local hammer operators to check in. Break. A recap of the net will be posted on the Maritime Fusion Net webpage at whiskey, period, Mike, Alpha, Romeo, Charlie, period, Charlie, Alpha. In words, www.maarc.ca. Now that the net is concluded, I now return the repairs of fusion nodes to their normal service. This is the E1 CSE for the Maritime Fusion Net signing off, wishing everyone a big 7-3, and above all, stay safe, and hope to hear from you all again. The E1 CSE is clear and standing by.
Nice job, Rob. Nice job as usual. 7-3.
Thank you very much. Very greatly appreciated there. VE9 VEA, VE1 CSE.